Welcome to Yes Catholic, the place where real people share their real stories and realize it is all God's grace on the move. I'm your host, David Patterson, and every week we hear a new guest share their story of how they came to give their yes to Jesus and His church. So let's get started.
Hi friends, my name is Emmy, and I am so happy to share with you my glory story today. It happened a number of years ago, and to tell you the truth, I have so many more other stories that I'd love to share with you, but this one in particular holds a very special place in my heart, and you will soon see why. So, a number of years ago, a group of friends and I were planning to attend this ministry workshop event that was hosted by my archdiocese here in Vancouver. And yeah, I was excited to go. These friends and I were serving in youth ministry at the time, and I was also a first-year catechist. So I knew that there was so much more for me to learn. And the workshop that I ended up attending was the catechist workshop. I wanted to learn all about how to adapt to different learning styles and different lesson plans that I could use for my own students and so much more. To tell you the truth, I thought this day was just gonna be any other day that I've attended, because I've attended a number of events before and you kind of get used to the style and what happens, but the Lord surprised me on that day, and yeah, let me tell you what happened. So, like I said, I went to the Catechism workshop, and yeah, it was great. I was learning so much, and something at the end changed everything. So the ministry workshop leader, introduced us to this prayer prayer, a method of praying, I guess, like a prayer procession. And I've never done anything like that before. I've heard of it, but I've never participated in one before. And she told us to, hold a religious item. This is what I have in my living room. So, a few of us were carrying candles, some were carrying statues of Mary, a crucifix, and all that. And yeah, we were holding that, and we were walking around the room while singing a hymn. And yeah, we ended up ending this by sitting down in a circle. And our leader led us into a prayer. And yeah, I remember she asked us to imagine that Jesus was walking towards us. And I was so hesitant to do that at first, but I'm very happy and glad that I did. So she told us to close our eyes and to imagine that Jesus was walking towards us. And since we were sitting down in a circle, I imagined Jesus was coming towards me in my left side. So he sat down on my left side, right here. And he and I looked at each other, and he gave me a hug. And it was nice. I don't know, I've never had anything like that happen to me before, but it really, stood out to me. And I remember as the prayer ended, we were there, and I opened my eyes, and the lady who was sitting on my left side, without any words, gestured that she wanted to hug me. And again, this was pre-COVID times, it was okay. And I hugged her. And I just thought it was so cool, because in my prayer, Jesus came on my left side and hugged me. And in real life, after the prayer ended, the lady who was sitting on my left side hugged me. And okay, that's weird. That's cool, but whoa, what's going on? And afterwards, we were invited by our ministry leader to share about our highlights. What did we learn that day? And so I stood up and I shared about my own story, what happened. And yeah, because I've never had anything like that happen to me before, so I just wanted to share. And I remember the woman that I mentioned earlier who hugged me stands up, and she decides to tell us her side of the story. She tells us that in her prayer, Jesus asked her, to hug me. What? Like, I still get goosebumps just talking about it because what? How did that happen? Why did that happen? And like, I had so many, there were just a lot of reactions happening in my head. And I just remember feeling so flabbergasted because I really needed that hug. I was going through a really low point in my life, and the fact that Jesus hugged me spiritually, like in my prayer, meant a lot. And the fact that he found a way to hug me physically through this stranger that I've never ever met before, like, meant so much more. And yeah, like, I still don't know who that woman is to this day. And it's something that I can't explain. And I'm very thankful for that, because in my life, when I'm going through low points or even high points, I can remember and look back on the day that Jesus hugged me. And I will forever be grateful for that story, because it shaped my faith and it helped me remember that I'm not alone. And I hope you watching this may remember that too. Like, Jesus is always with you. He will forever be beside you, and he will never leave you alone. Thank you for listening to my story, and I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. God bless. Bye.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the ministry, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or please leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest stories, you can follow us on Instagram at yes.catholic and visit our website, yescatholic.com. If you have benefited from Yes Catholic, please consider joining our Patreon community. Visit patreon.com/yescatholic. I would like to thank our current patrons for your ongoing prayers, support, and contributions that have helped Yes Catholic reach thousands of souls all over the world each week. 1 Peter 3:15 says, "Always be prepared to make a defense to anyone who calls you to account for the hope that is in you." You have a story. Don't be afraid to share the good news of how Jesus Christ has moved in your life with a family member, friend, or colleague. Give Jesus your yes every single day and watch the ripple effect of the gospel. Join us next week. The journey continues right here at Yes Catholic.